My name's Kara-Leah and I want to talk about conscious relationship again. And when I say relationship, I'm referring to friendships, romantic relationships, relationships with people in our family, with our children, our parents, our siblings. So one of the comments on my last video speaking about conscious relationship, the woman said that she's starting to step more and more into her own consciousness and her own authenticity. And what this brings up is that when she's around other people that are not yet stepping into consciousness as much and are less authentic, that she struggles with it. So she's struggling with inauthenticity in other people. This is definitely, like, I know this one, man, this is a challenging place to be. So you're getting more authentic, you're feeling awesome, everything's rocking, you might go to like consciousness festivals and you can relate and it's wicked, and etc, etc. You're on retreat, whatever, and then you go back into your regular life and around regular people, and all of a sudden it's like, who am I in relationship to these people, and how do I be authentic with these people, and I don't know if I can do this because they're not authentic, and all of these feelings come up. And we find that it's not as easy, and we're not able to be in that space that we were prior, whether it was on a retreat or at a festival or just with other people who are more authentic and more conscious. So why is this? Why is it easier to be conscious and be authentic around people who are doing that? Why is it so hard to be conscious and authentic around people who are not doing that? So it may feel or look like we're these discrete, separate beings. However, there is so much unseen information that flows between us. And if we were able to see, rather than seeing matter and seeing the physical hard stuff, if we were able to see energy, we would see that the boundaries between us, they blur. And so when we're around people who are fully able to stand in their power as authentic conscious beings, that beingness radiates out from them and encompasses us, and then makes it much, much easier for us to step into that way of being, because there's like this energetic imprint that's holding us in the space. And so when you go on a retreat with strong, powerful leaders who are present and authentic, it brings that out in you. When you are hanging out with your friends who are present, strong and authentic, it enables that to come out of you. Conversely, if you are the only person going into a situation where there are lots of people who are not yet conscious, who are not yet radiating that kind of energy, when you aren't yet standing really strongly in yours, when it's like that transition time as you're starting to shift from inauthentic to authentic, from unconscious to conscious, then you are far more likely to be swayed by the energetic imprint of those people who are around you who are less conscious. It's about patterning as well. It's about the roles that we play. I love Ram Dass's favourite quote: if you think that you're beginning to wake up, if you think that you're getting enlightened, if you think you're getting somewhere, go home and spend a weekend with your parents. And the reason for that is that there are roles that we get used to playing, and those roles are largely unconscious to a degree, and they're like a projection of expectation. So when you go and see somebody who you've known for a while, and they have this idea in their head of who you are, and so they take this idea of who you are and they project it onto you. And on an unconscious level, you're feeling that projection. And if you are attached to what they think of you, so if you want their approval, if you're seeking validation, if you want them to like you, if you're afraid of hurting them, if there's any kind of attachment between you and that person, and you feel the weight of their expectations, it's really difficult to break that. It's like an agreement. It's like they expect you to act in a certain way, and then they will give you something, approval, validation, whatever, and you can feel it, and you don't really want to do that. You want to be your authentic self, but you're attached to how they perceive you. So if you just play along according to the script, then you'll get what you want. And it's like, oh my God, it's really hard to be authentic around these inauthentic people because I'm attached to their expectations. I'm attached to their approval. I'm attached to their validation. I'm attached to what they think of me and how they perceive me. I'm afraid, you know, like how will they think and perceive of me if I don't play along according to the script? If I'm just me as I am, will I be laughed at? Will I be rejected? Will I be cast out of the group? Will I be looked down upon? All of these different things. Will I be embarrassed or ashamed or humiliated? And so this is social conditioning, right? And it is so strong. However, we are much more powerful than social conditioning. And this is the key, is to build up your own center of power so that when you're in a situation and you can feel the weight of expectation, you can start to tune in and to realize, am I seeking something from this person? Am I looking for their approval? Am I looking for their validation? Am I afraid of what they might think of me? And so you can sense what it is in you, this is the key, that makes it difficult for you to be your authentic, powerful, conscious self in relationship with this person. Because in essence, it's not about their inauthenticity. This has nothing to do with it. They are actually giving you an opportunity to reflect, to self-inquire, and to rise up into greater levels of consciousness and power. So, as you start to wake up, as you start to become more conscious, as you start to take off the masks and become that who you truly are, it may get challenging to be in relationship with people who are not as far along on that journey as you are. See that challenge as an opportunity to further self-inquire and develop your own power and your own center so that you are less swayed by, influenced by, caught up by, hooked by social conditioning. In reality, it's all about you're literally unhooking from the matrix, right? And it's a little bit like, what if I can never eat steak again? In this case, what if they don't like me? What if they hate me? What if they ostracize me? What if I end up with no friends? You know, especially if you're the first one in your social circle to sort of begin to wake up a little bit and to not be into the same things anymore and to not want to play the same games and to not want to bond in the same way, it becomes challenging because these are your friends and you love these people and you want to keep engaging, but you can't engage like you used to. So now what do you do? And yeah, you will lose some of those friends. As you open up and as you become more of who you truly are, some of those friends won't be ready. Some of them will be though, and you'll be surprised. The more that you are able to do this work and to stay centered in who you truly are, the more the people around you will surprise you with their levels of consciousness and how they are able to wake up. Okay, so real short takeaway. If you're beginning to wake up, you're beginning to get more authentic, and you are struggling with the inauthenticity of people around you, go into a self-inquiry process. Ask yourself, how am I attached to what they think of me or what they expect of me? And dare to step off the script. Dare to let go of who you're expected to be. Dare to stand strong. Have the courage to stand strong in who you actually are. And you may be surprised. Okay, so my name is Kara-Leah. And I want nothing more for you than to find ease in being in your authentic self in all situations, with all people, at all times.